Alright, so here I have the G Cloud running the native Android port of Adventures of Mana by Square Enix. Just running through the beginning part a little bit and going through just to show you guys what it's like, how it's running. I'm gonna use in-game capture for the other things that I show though. Okay, so I'm here talking now, and you'll notice that there's no audio because I found out while editing that the G Cloud doesn't actually record any in-game audio when you use the screen recorder functionality. Now, I'm sure that sucks, but you know, it is what it is. It sounds good enough coming through the device speakers. They actually seem relatively premium. Like I noticed they were kind of, well, maybe premium is not the right word, but they were comparable to the speakers on a Nintendo Switch. If you ever used one of those in portable mode without headphones, that's kind of what this is like. Now, on the bottom of the G Cloud, there's also a headphone jack and Bluetooth earbud support, so you can use that as well. So right now we're playing Starfield. This is through remote play as opposed to cloud, just so you guys can see what it's like. Now I'm using a third-party app instead of the official Xbox app. This is XBX Play. The reason why I'm doing this is because the remote play through the official Xbox app is locked to 720p. If you play through XBX Play, they're able to unlock it, so the stream ends up being 1080p as opposed to 720p. And the G Cloud has a 1080p display, so it ends up looking crisper and better using XBX Play. I've been playing Starfield every once in a while on it. Mostly I've been playing JRPGs through remote play like this, like Persona 3 Portable. I'm going to be jumping on Persona 4 Golden as soon as I'm done with that. We'll see how that goes though. So as you can see though, for Starfield, like, this seems pretty good, at least in my opinion. I was having a pretty good time with it. At times, it felt native, probably just because of my router and how my home network is set up. Man, I wish this thing had audio. But yeah, this specific part of Starfield takes place in the planet Neon. It's a little cyberpunky planet. Hopefully the visuals look good enough for you guys though. One thing to keep in mind though, the console port of Starfield does run at 30 FPS locked, so it is what it is. It will run whatever refresh rate the game you're playing at is on. All right, now for the next game. Here we have Power Wash Simulator. This is one of my favorites too. I always end up playing this. And this is through Xbox Cloud Gaming. So this is, you don't need a console to run this app. You just need a Game Pass Ultimate subscription. And I believe xCloud is unfortunately locked on Android devices. It's not on browser iOS, but on Android specifically to 720p. So this is upscaled 720p, and it's pretty good still, I think, for what it is for xCloud. I don't normally use xCloud that often just because I prefer remote play because of the quick resume functionality that it has. But yeah, Power Wash seems fine. I was having a blast when I was recording this. I actually almost I let the video go on too long because I just got sucked in to power washing. I know like it might seem like kind of off to some people, but for the people that this game clicks with, it definitely clicks hard. Like you just get sucked in and can play for hours and hours, or at least until your fingers hurt from manipulating the power washing equipment. But yeah, I love this game. It works perfect in the G Cloud. The controls feel, I don't know if snappy is the right word, but you're able to articulate yourself well enough in the game with a degree of precision that I didn't really have on my other phone controllers. Full disclosure, I had the Moga XP7 as my previous phone controller for these features on my phone, but it just got to be a little bit too much. I'm vastly prefer the G Cloud over like phone and controller. And I know like yeah, that's a lot cheaper and simpler if you already have a phone, you know, you can just slap a controller in the back. Well, you know, sometimes you have a case that's too large, or your phone's too big, or the controller is expensive by itself. A lot of those things, I think on sale, they're like 50 bucks. Some of them are 100. Right here we have Legend of Heroes 2, Prophecy of the Moonlight Witch, running on PPSSPP, the PSP emulator. And I believe I had this upscaled on the emulator itself, but it ends up looking gorgeous, I think. And I didn't really have any hitches when I was playing through it. It kind of just ran. I originally played this but never beat it on the PSP, so I was glad to see that I was able to get it running on this handheld as well. And finally, I know some of you guys wanted to see this for sure. Here's Arknights running natively on this Logitech G Cloud. All right, guys, so that's going to conclude our video on the Logitech G Cloud. I just wanted to share with you guys my new my new purchase, and I guess me treating myself with this handheld. Now, I want to be clear on this. This is an enthusiast device. I don't think this is going to be competing at all with something like a Steam Deck or a Nintendo Switch. Those have their own use cases and they're warranted. This, however, is if you have a PC and you don't want to hold a big, bulky Steam Deck because they are pretty bulky. I have one that I share with my brother as well, so I know what it feels like. It's a little bit too hefty to be carrying around or playing for multiple hours at a time like you would with a Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch, it's not exactly the comfiest either, but when you hold a G Cloud, it feels really good. So I've really been enjoying it, using it to stream games from my Xbox and my PC via Steam Link and Moonlight, and just enjoying and having a fun time gaming. Now you ask, what's your use case for this, Huffy? Well, I'll tell you. You're lying in bed trying to go to sleep, but you feel like gaming for a little bit. G Cloud's got you covered there on the same games you were playing on your big screen or in your desktop. Oh, you're watching Netflix on the big screen TV? No problem. You can play the same games you would have played on the big screen TV on the G Cloud while you're watching Netflix or whatever else. If you've got friends over, a significant other or something, it just works. So yeah, I've been very happy with this device. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know it's not exactly the most popular thing, but I was very unsure of it when it first came out last October, but now that I have it in my hands, like, I really like this thing so far, and I've been using it almost every day. So let me guys know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Later.